Well, hi once again, folks. This is number 5 installment of reviewing the beers in the Great White Adventure Pack from Parallel 49 and Central City. I'd hoped to have all this done before Christmas, but Christmas is come and gone. It's actually New Year's Eve. And today we're going to be doing numbers 18, 19, 20, and 21. So there'll be one more review video coming up in the not too distant future. So let's get started. The first one, number 18, day number 18, was from Parallel 49, and it was called the Dukes of Hazzard. Little play on words there, the old TV show. It was an Imperial White IPA. Now this one was, we drank it when we were in the Nanaimo. Just before Christmas, and it was reviewed by myself, or at least tasted by myself and the friends we were with, Larry. So he's not an IPA fan, but this Imperial White IPA came in at 9.2% alcohol, so pretty high test. Now, as I say, he's not an IPA fan, but in terms of what it looked like, kind of a golden color when it was poured. Not much head, but really had a floral aroma to it. Full-bodied for sure. Had a very creamy feel and some floral notes, but it had a really sweet finish to it, which was kind of interesting. So, and the alcohol at 9.2, you really didn't get a sense that there was a huge amount of alcohol in this particular beer. So it was very pleasant to drink and didn't have that alcohol burn. Both of us, including Larry, who doesn't like IPAs, thought it was an excellent beer, even for a non-IPA drinker. So for us, this was a really, really good one. And from an IPA perspective, it was something that was excellent. And I think anybody that likes that particular style of beer would enjoy. Anyway, so the Dukes of Hazzard, definitely a good one. And hopefully we'll see that again at some point in time. Day number 19 was from Red Racer. And this one was called Up, Up and Away Smash Session Ale. Came in at 2.5% alcohol, so definitely a session beer. One that you could drink a few of and really not get too much of a hangover or get too drunk from, probably. It was a pale straw color, one finger of head, which quickly dissipated. It had a wheaty aroma, but it was fairly faint. Very light body when you're tasting it, which is kind of understandable given the alcohol by volume. It had some wheat notes and some bitterness associated with it as well, and kind of a tangy feel to it. It was refreshing, and surprisingly quite a bit of flavor for such a light beer. But again, it didn't have a lot going for it, but it was an okay drink, and certainly something in the summertime, again on a hot afternoon with the sun beating down, you could drink quite a few of them and not have to worry about getting too tipsy on these ones. So interesting, it was okay, it was refreshing, but nothing really to write home about, especially in something that you're presenting these things in this particular pack. But it was okay. Day number 20, Abraxas Belgian Triple, coming in at 7.8%. It poured very clear, had about 2 fingers of head, kind of a sweet smell to it, and definitely had that Belgian yeasty spiciness to it as well. Again, even at 7.8%, it didn't really have a lot of alcohol burn to it, so it was very smooth drinking. It was an excellent Belgian style beer. If you like these style of beers, this was definitely a good one. And again, hopefully it's something that you might see again. From my perspective, this one definitely was a beauty. I'm not necessarily a huge Belgian fan, but this one definitely was good. And number 21 from Red Racer, Snowdrift Honey Wheat Ale. Comes in at 5%. When you poured it, it had about 2 fingers of head, which again quickly dissipated. Kind of a ruby color, so it was very nice looking. And as you would expect, somewhat wheat and honey aroma to it. Those flavors came through again when you were drinking it, so the flavors of wheat and honey were there, but were pretty subtle. As we're approaching sort of the tail end of this pack at day 21, you kind of hope that there's going to be some things that probably you could write home about and would be very kind of thrilled with drinking. Again, there was nothing really special about this one. The flavors were subtle, nothing kind of burst out at you, and at 5% it was basically just another beer. So that's it for this particular installment. Number 5, there will be number 6, and hopefully that'll be within the next day or two, which will include days 22, 23, and Christmas Eve 24. But of course that's already gone. So, as I mentioned at the outset, it's New Year's Eve right now, and we're a few hours away from actually approaching midnight, but I just want to wish everybody a happy and healthy and prosperous 2018, and we'll see you in that year, 2018. So take care, enjoy, thanks for watching, bye now.